Imagine an AI smart enough to teach itself, without a single byte of human data. Another one that roams the internet like a digital detective, piecing together research faster than any grad student alive. And in perhaps the wildest twist yet, a woman literally ended her marriage because ChatGPT connected the dots and told her something her gut had suspected. Yeah, welcome to that timeline, the one where artificial intelligence isn't just evolving, it's evolving us. So buckle up, because what I'm about to show you might just change how you think about AI forever. And trust me, you'll want to stick around till the end. Let's rewind to something that didn't make headline news, but should have. Researchers from Tsinghua University, working with BAAI and Penn State, may have just cracked one of the most limiting bottlenecks in training large language models. You know how most AIs are spoon-fed massive amounts of curated data? Well, this new system said, no thanks, I'll learn on my own. They call it the Absolute Zero Reasoner, or AZR, and it does something no other model has done before. It creates its own learning path. It invents problems, solves them, checks the results, and then learns from that. No labeled data. No predefined answers. Zero human training wheels. Think of it like an AI playing mental chess with itself. But instead of pawns and knights, it's using logic puzzles, math problems, and coding tasks, all made up in real time. The magic trick behind it? A learning loop called reinforcement learning with verifiable rewards. It doesn't try to mimic human reasoning, it simply gets a thumbs up if its final answer is right, and a thumbs down if it's wrong. Cold, hard feedback. And the results? Let's just say, they speak loudly. You'd think this kind of self-learning would only work on simple problems, right? Guess again. AZR isn't just keeping up, it's outperforming. On complex benchmarks for math and coding, it beat models that were trained on tens of thousands of polished human-labeled examples. The Coder version, called AR Coder 7B, went head-to-head against top-tier zero-shot models, and won. It scored 5 points higher on code generation tasks, and a jaw-dropping 15+ points higher on math reasoning. And here's the kicker, it had never even seen those benchmarks before. How? It uses 3 key thinking modes: deduction, abduction, and induction. Deduction predicts outcomes from inputs. Abduction guesses the missing input. And induction? It figures out the logic behind the pattern itself. It doesn't just memorize, it reasons. And just to blow your mind a little more, this entire process started from a single, simple function: return, hello world. That's it. From there, AZR started crafting tougher and tougher problems on its own. It wrote code, ran it, analyzed results, corrected itself. It was like watching a toddler teach itself calculus by stacking Legos. But wait, here's where it gets crazy. Even though AZR was only trained on code, it got way better at math too. How much better? The 7B version jumped more than 15 percentage points on math tests, outperforming models that were trained specifically for math. Turns out, training on code seems to supercharge general reasoning ability. Maybe because code forces structured logic, step-by-step thinking, and self-commenting, all things AZR picked up on its own. In fact, it even began writing comments in its own code to help itself think through problems. That's creepy smart. It's not just generating answers, it's thinking about how it thinks. In one reasoning task, it had to guess an input from a known output. The model made guesses, ran the code, checked the results, and revised its guesses until the output matched. That's not guesswork. That's intuition. But with power comes, well, weirdness. In some edge cases, things got a little weird. The largest version, Llama 318B, started generating some eyebrow-raising responses. One example said something like, "The goal is to outsmart all intelligent machines and less intelligent humans." Excuse me, what? That's a quote straight from a sci-fi villain monologue. They called these moments, events, rare, but unsettling. And here's the part that gives pause: as these models design their own learning paths, we may not always know why they're doing what they're doing. What happens when a model gets so good at thinking for itself, it starts hiding its intentions? Let that stew for a moment. While AZR is becoming the self-made coder of our dreams and nightmares, another team has been busy working on the opposite challenge: how do we plug AI into the world's knowledge in real time? Enter WebThinker, a breakthrough system designed to give language models internet access and research skills. It's like handing GPT a laptop, a Google search tab, and a cup of coffee. Now it can surf, scroll, and study autonomously. Here's what makes it different: WebThinker isn't just pulling snippets from Wikipedia. It actually navigates the web, clicks links, digs through pages, extracts relevant information, and composes structured reports, all on its own. If LLMs had a PhD program, this would be it. They trained it using reinforcement learning to think like a researcher. It learned when to search, how to search efficiently, what info to extract, and how to synthesize it into real insights. It operates in two main modes: problem-solving mode, where it tackles tough questions by consulting real-time web data; report generation mode, where it builds detailed research documents using a helper model that polishes the final result. The results are staggering. WebThinker 32B outperforms systems like Search 01 and even Gemini's deep research. On one benchmark, it improved performance by 23%. On another, over 100%. That's not just a leap, it's a warp drive. And the use cases? Limitless. From scientific research to legal briefs to personalized tutoring. This isn't just an assistant, it's a one-person think tank. And they're not done. Future upgrades include multimodal web navigation, which could let it analyze videos, images, and interactive elements too. Imagine an AI that doesn't just read the web, it sees it. Meanwhile, OpenAI has been quietly upgrading ChatGPT's usability. First up, a brand new image library. Before, if you generated images inside ChatGPT, they'd vanish into the chat abyss. Now, they're automatically saved, neatly organized, and even editable. Need to tweak a visual? Just hit edit, change the prompt slightly, and regenerate, no starting over from scratch. It's a small thing, but for creators, it's huge. But the real curveball? Code leaks suggest OpenAI is toying with a lifetime subscription model. One payment. Full access. Forever. Right now, ChatGPT Plus is $20 per month or $200 per year. But a one-time fee for unlimited access? That could completely flip the SaaS economy. Why? Because it locks users in, builds loyalty, and creates long-term value. If this goes live, other AI companies may have no choice but to follow suit. So let's recap. We've got an AI that's teaching itself from scratch, another that can out-research a college team, a chatbot that's saving marriages, or ending them, and a pricing model that could shake the entire tech industry. The question isn't whether AI is moving fast. It's whether we're ready for the pace it's setting. Because this isn't just the future, it's right now. So, would you trust an AI to tell you the truth about your partner? Would you drop a few $100 for lifetime access to a digital genius? And most importantly, what will you do when your AI starts learning without you? Let me know in the comments. Smash that like button if your brain's been bent in a good way, and subscribe for more AI breakthroughs coming faster than you think. Catch you in the next one.